Hello everyone, today I'll show you how I create animations featuring unusual character-themed trains in Cinema 4D, from an empty scene to the final rendered video with sound effects. There is no magic involved. Although Cinema 4D sometimes closes without warning, which feels a little like dark magic. Step 1. Planning the idea. First I decide which trains will appear, how their designs will differ, and what will happen on the railway. 3 or 4 trains are usually enough for one scene. Each train receives its own design, color scheme, and personality. I also choose the main location or event, such as a railway crossing, bridge, water section, obstacle course, or several parallel routes. My basic plan usually looks like this. The opening shot introduces the location, the second shot presents the trains, the third shot begins the movement, the fourth shot shows the main event, the final shot completes the story. Step 2. Setting up the project. I create a new project and open the project settings. For regular YouTube video, I use a resolution of 1920 by 1080 and a frame rate of 30 frames per second. The total number of frames depends on the planned movement and length of the scene. I immediately save the project with a clear name such as Train Animation Scene in the 1BIV001. Names like Final, Final 2 and Final Really Final should be avoided. 1 week later nobody will remember which file was actually final. I also enable automatic saving and create a new version after every major change. Step 3. Building the railway. I begin by creating the ground with a plain object. Then I build the rails using long cubes and place one railway sleeper across the track. Instead of manually duplicating the sleeper 100 times, I place it inside a cloner and distribute the copies along the correct axis. I place the completed railway inside a null object and name it railway_01. Then I duplicate the railway for the other trains and carefully adjust the position of each copy. It is important to check the distance between the tracks. The trains should not collide before the animation even begins. That would be a completely different story and probably a completely different video. Step 4. Creating the environment. For the environment, I add grass, trees, water, stone walls, and additional railway elements. Trees can be created from simple cylinders and low poly crowns. After creating several variations, I distribute them throughout the environment using a cloner. I avoid using the exact same tree everywhere. I slightly change their scale, rotation, and color. This makes the forest look more natural and less like a meeting of identical plastic Christmas trees. Next, I add the railway crossing, barrier, warning signs, water bridges, and any other objects required for the story. Step 5. Preparing the train. I import the base train model and check its scale, orientation, and position relative to the rails. The locomotive, carriages, and wheels are placed inside a main null object named trained_01 route. I keep the wheels as separate objects so they can rotate independently from the train body.